targets out at different positions, got them comfortable shooting from different positions. We're headed to a real skinny hedgerow. Got good cover up top, a lot of leaves on the tree still, and two good trunks that branch off for us to kind of hide behind. So,
all right, so it's October 27th. It's my first time out with the bow this year. We took the long way in today. We're in a skinny little hedgerow where there's been a couple of nice bucks traveling through, a nice 8-point, a nice 9-point. First time up in the Trophyline saddle. Got a little practice in the backyard today, so we're hoping to see them. We took the long way in, hoping to have a little bit more success. We did a nice long scent drag through some fresh scrapes that we had seen, 4 or 5 nice fresh scrapes that we saw on the way in. So hopefully that pays off and we can catch one of those nice bucks that we've seen cruising through here. The night progresses pretty quietly. It was probably about an hour until sunset, and all of a sudden Dad says, is that a rack? And sure enough, maybe 100 yards, a little over 100 yards away, it was him. It was that 9-point. So Dad and I are sitting there strategizing tomorrow morning's hunt, thinking that tonight was done, and talking about going mobile, which the saddles allow you to do quite nicely. And all of a sudden, a buck which he had just been talking about, that he calls Squiggy, an interesting 10-point who's got some serious character as well, which we both considered a shooter, came across the field much closer than that 9-point had, and we thought that he might be able to present us with a shot because we did have shooting light left. So Dad throws a couple call sequences at him as well. He worked his way into about 60 yards where I had him ranged at, but with low light, and knowing that I was going to have an opportunity with us going mobile with these saddles across the field the next day, I didn't feel like it was an ethical shot that night. So we let him go. He worked his way back across the field where we knew where he was going as well. So didn't take the shot at him that night. So we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. We had two shooters, 2 nice bucks in the CRP. Just couldn't quite get them close enough tonight. So good activity, just couldn't quite close it out tonight. So we made sure that Squiggy was good and gone, and as we had discussed before we had even seen him, we were going to make our way across the field and set up in an area where Dad and Papa had already hunted before, and where we were pretty certain that big 9-point had bedded down when he was following that doe, to set ourselves up for a good hunt the next morning. So it was a beautiful sunrise the next morning. Sun just bouncing off of the frost in the CRP field. The only weird thing is the noise, really. We're out in the woods, but only maybe 100 yards behind us, maybe a little more than 100 yards behind us, you hear tractor trailers ripping by us in the freeway. And had a great first hunt last night. Got to saw the nice 9-point up on this property, and a nice 10-point as well. So we're hoping to catch them getting out of bed this morning. It's a nice cold morning, frost on the ground, just seeing the sun get over the horizon now.
first night back where we saw that 9 point that we were targeting and a nice 10 point as well. We made the move over here. Dad decided to move the saddle set over here to the other side of the CRP, hoping to catch him traveling through, and it was the right move. We saw the 9 point on the other side following a doe this morning. They just kind of worked their way northward to the other corner. It's possible that they're bedded down. We've lost sight of them. We've lost visual, so we're hoping that we end up seeing them again, but we're probably just going to move across the field tonight and hope to catch them tonight at the end of the hunt. So it's been an eventful morning. Hopefully we see them again. If not, we'll try to catch them on the other side tonight. All right, so we're going to slowly work our way over. I'm going to just kind of glass as we work our way over there, and if we get visual of him, Dad may grunt at him and see if we can get him to stand up and get a shot at him.
So we hunted our way across the field. So if by chance he had bedded down with the doe, we would, and that we bumped him, we would be able to get a shot off at him. Didn't see him, so we were very confident that he had worked his way into that bedding area. Worked our way over, and there really wasn't many trees over there to set up in. There was about 5 trees, a cluster of 5 trees. We didn't have much to work with, so that's where we were going to be setting up. So it definitely took a little bit of playing around with these platforms and the sticks before we felt like we would be able to, with Dad up above me and myself shooting, where we would be able to actually hide, because there really wasn't a hedgerow, and this was a very small tree that we were getting up into. And like I said, there was only about 5 trees there. So it took a little of moving things around before we really felt like we were going to be comfortable and be able to hide and get a shot off at this buck if he came out of that bedding area or where we thought he was. So we weren't set up for long at all before a couple of doe were out in that cut cornfield feeding. They fed around for a while, and shortly after that, really, there was coming out into the CRP field, there was a nice 2-year-old 8 point that was working his way out in front of us as well. All of a sudden Dad said, it's the big boy. And I'm thinking to myself, oh good, he's coming out right where that 8 point had worked his way out from. He's going to work that same path. He's going to give me a nice easy 15-20 yard shot. He's going to make perfect footage. But he started to work his way right across the field and right where we were that morning. And so I was like, I'm not going to get a shot at this deer. Dad threw a call sequence at him. I think he bleated at him, maybe threw a couple grunts at him as well. And he did start to cut across to where I would have a shot at him.
Still got him.
Did he look like he was struggling?
Yeah, he looked like he was struggling. What an opportunity, what a hunt though. That was crazy.
Tell me the saddle. Awesome.
We just gotta pray that we got.
What's that?
I just gotta pray that I got a good shot there. I mean, I definitely had. I got a little nervous.
Footage is not going to be great. I was shooting focus to his left, and I had just a little gap. He was in that gap, but I'd seen that buck charging, and he's going to push him. Who knows what?
Yeah, I heard you say no at first, and like that you didn't have a good shot, like or good footage, and so I was holding it, and then you said, okay, you're good. You got to shoot. You got to shoot, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Love you.
Love you too.
Look at that. Monster. It's an old deer. Yeah, seriously. Oh, what a mess.
Dude, mobile.
Yeah. Look at this beast. That is an awesome deer. Look at the character.
Good shot.
Yeah, it's a lot better. I mean, I was a little nervous on the shot, but
Look at the blades on the G2s.
he did not make it far. This is an old deer. What an awesome, awesome couple of days. So we've been hunting this guy for the last, 36 hours or so, the last day and a half. My first time out this year was last night. Saddle set down in the corner. He was across the field probably an hour before last light on a hot doe. So we tried the opposite side of the field this morning and he was on the same hot doe. We couldn't get him really within 100 yards either day. Today we went mobile after the morning hunt when we saw him across the field and hung that set, went mobile, put it in that little cottonwood. I mean, you guys saw what we had to work with very little room in that hedgerow in that cottonwood, and had the little, well, not little, little compared to him, but nice 8-point come through that I passed up, heard him grunting. Yeah, because it would have been really cool footage, but I heard him grunting. He came through scraping, and what a hunt.